Hi, I'm Jean Edelman. For decades, I've been a student of the healing arts: Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, plant-based, and macrobiotic cooking. Join me on this journey and hear my thoughts of the week. Great to be with you this week. Welcome back to Self-Care with Jean. It's June. Hopefully you're slowing down. It's a little warmer out. Longer days, enjoying friends and family, cooking outside. Hopefully you've tried some new recipes. Just summertime is about being casual and just kind of throwing it together. But my self-care talk today is just to help us understand and know ourselves a little bit better, especially when it comes to our physical body. Now, we can turn to traditional Chinese medicine and understanding our energy and our meridians. And if we have pain, these are energy blockages. But then I want to dive deeper. I want to understand our body a little bit better. And today I want to expand our learning into our 5 nervous systems. Some of them you probably already know about, but I just want to do a refresher, because a lot of times if we're experiencing something physically, it's something in our nervous system that maybe we can help calm. So let me break down our nervous systems. We have an autonomic nervous system. This regulates the physiological processes of our heart, our blood pressure, and our respiration, and our digestion. We then have our sympathetic nervous system. This is a network of nerves that helps our body activate its fight or flight response. This system activates when we are stressed, when we are in danger, or when we're in physical activity. Think about it this way. Our heart is racing, we're breathing heavy, our gut is shut down, our pupils are dilated, and we're perspiring. That is our sympathetic nervous system. We then have our parasympathetic nervous system, and this is responsible for our body's rest and digest. It helps us conserve energy. It helps us reduce stress and promote bodily functions like digestion. Another nervous system that we may not know about is our enteric nervous system. This is a nervous system that regulates our digestive system. It's known as our second brain within our gut. It actually controls motility, secretion, blood flow, and interacts with our immune system within our gut. It is a mesh of neurons that govern the function of our gastrointestinal tract. I find this very interesting. And lastly, as we all know, we have our central nervous system. And this is comprised of our brain and our spinal cord. This is our body's command center, responsible for receiving and processing and responding to sensory information. It controls movement and management of our involuntary functions like our breathing and our heartbeat. It also plays a critical role in our emotions, our communication, our thought processing, and our memory. It collects information from our senses and processes it throughout our body. And those are our 5 nervous systems. The autonomic is kind of our control center. Our sympathetic is our fight and flight. Our parasympathetic is our rest and digest. Our enteric nervous system is our second brain with our gut. And our central nervous system is our command center that regulates our entire body. So let's dive in and talk about these 5 nervous systems. The first nervous system I want to talk about, our autonomic nervous system. This is a component of our peripheral nervous system, and it regulates all of our involuntary physiological processes. This is our heart rate, our blood pressure, our respiration, our digestion. That's our autonomic nervous system. But In learning more and diving deeper, which I love to do because I'm a nerd, there are 3 distinct divisions of this autonomic nervous system. And the first is our sympathetic nervous system. Probably heard about this. This is our network of nerves that helps our body activate its fight or flight response. With our sympathetic nervous system, we activate it when we are stressed, when there's danger, but we also activate it during our physical activity. And we know this when our heart rate increases, when our breath and our bronchial passages, we're taking deep breaths, we're sucking air, as it's been said, that this is our sympathetic nervous system and we have activated it. But when this nervous system is active, it also decreases our motility in our large intestine. It dilates our pupils, and that's why we also perspire. So think about it as this system has been activated. We are in fight or flight, or we are in some type of physical activity. Our heart is pounding, our chest is pounding, our gut is locked down, and we are in fight or flight. That's our sympathetic nervous system. Then within the autonomic nervous system, we also have our parasympathetic nervous system. And our parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for our body's rest and digest. This nervous system helps us conserve energy. It helps us reduce stress. It promotes bodily functions like good digestion. And we work with our parasympathetic nervous system to maintain our overall body homeostasis. That means balance. It is our parasympathetic nervous system that maybe we can tap into when we do our yoga, when we meditate, when we're out in nature and we're breathing and relaxing. So that is number 2 division of our autonomic nervous system. But here is number 3, which this is a curious piece of the puzzle. The 3rd division of our autonomic nervous system is called the enteric nervous system. This nervous system regulates the functions of our digestive system, and it acts as a second brain within our gut. It controls motility, secretion, blood flow. It interacts with our immune system. It interacts with our gut. It is a mesh of neurons that governs the function of our gastrointestinal tract. Bing, 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 bing. Okay, here's our winner. And I'm going to come back to this because I think finding out about this nervous system is very fascinating. Okay, and so the last nervous system that I'm going to chat about today, we all know about it. It's our central nervous system. This is comprised from our brain to our spinal cord. This is our body's command center. This is responsible for receiving and processing and responding all sensory information. It controls our movement, managing involuntary functions like breathing and heartbeat. Our central nervous system has a crucial role in our emotions, our communications, our thought processing, and memory. And it collects information from our senses and our nerves to process and respond, and it regulates everything in our body. And so here's the picture. We have our autonomic nervous system. Within that, we've got our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight. Then we have our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest. And then bing, 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 our enteric nervous system, which is that second brain to our gut, this mesh of neurons, and helps the function of our gastrointestinal tract. And then the big boy, our central nervous system. Okay, so that's the picture. I love this. This is the puzzle of life. This is our puzzle of our health. And as I have shared my story a bit in my 20s, I had a terrible case of endometriosis. This was back in the 80s. They still have not made a lot of progress on this stuff. It runs in my family. And the answer for me at that time in my 20s was to get a full hysterectomy. Now, in hindsight, that decision, that surgery set my body on a path, which this whole 44 years I have been trying to figure out, because that affected my hormone journey, that affected my gut journey. And the reason I want to share what I'm learning about the enteric nervous system is that I've been having gut issues, constant bloating and discomfort. And there's no rhyme or reason for it. I'm dairy-free, I'm gluten-free, I don't eat sugar, I'm plant-based, I do eat fish. I mean, my diet is varied. It's everything that I talk about, I practice. But having been introduced to the enteric nervous system explains a lot to me about my body and what I've been experiencing. Because this very special nervous system, it is this interlocking system of neurons, this web surrounding the whole length of our gut from our esophagus to our anal sphincter. This system, like I said, it's referred to as the second brain because it's communicating with the brain and the vagus nerve. Now, I have spoken about the vagus nerve, and just as a side note, the vagus nerve is a critical part of our system. It is a critical part of our parasympathetic nervous system, and it has a vital role in regulating and communicating between our brain and our body. It touches all of our organs. It's the longest nerve in our body. It affects our mood, our immune system, our digestion, and our heart. That's the vagus nerve, but I digress because I want to go back to the enteric nervous system. Because this complex network of nerve cells that are within this gastrointestinal tract, this is playing a critical role in our digestion, our motility, and our gastrointestinal functions. And in my learning and in my reading and in my research, understanding that it plays a main role in digestion, controlling digestion, from swallowing to releasing the enzymes that break down the food to control blood flow, that help our nutrients be absorbed and eliminated. All of this is like, check the box, check the box, check the box. This is what I have been searching for. This is what I've been suffering with. And so anyway, I'm just really happy. I'm happy to be sharing this with you. Maybe you have some of these symptoms. Maybe understanding about the enteric nervous system can help you. So it is the enteric nervous system communicates back and forth with our brain and has profound results. So coming back to our self-care, why am I going down this hole? Why do I keep looking? Because I believe that we need to be our own advocate and we need to find our answers. I want to know why I feel the way I do, and I think I found my answer. That surgery all those years ago at 24 disturbed this enteric nervous system. And so, okay, we did that. Now I know, now I can begin to heal and work with my body. And it's like, it's like my body is saying, thank you. Oh my gosh, it took you long enough, but that's the journey. That's the learning. That's what we're here to do. We're here to find out. We're here to be our own advocate. We're here to figure out our self-care journey. We're here to take care of ourselves. Okay, well, here's our action item for the week. How about we pay attention? Our body is always talking to us. Some part is constantly whispering aches or pains or something is bothering us. Our body is talking to us. It's an invitation. It's an opportunity to dive deeper. Here I am 40 years later from that life-changing surgery, and I'm just now finding the pieces of my health puzzle. Don't give up. Don't give up. Our body is there. It's for us. It's talking to us. So listen. We're going to figure it out, and hopefully we'll figure it out together. Next week, come on back to the kitchen where we're literally going to stir things up. We're going to dive into the world of summer soups. From chilled soups to light broths bursting with seasonal flavors, I'll share some of my favorite ingredients to nourish our body and soul during these warmer summer months. Tune in for cooling, comforting, creative ways to enjoy our summer soups all summer long. You won't want to miss out, so come on back to the kitchen. See you soon. So remember, my friend, this is Earth School. The lesson is love. to love ourselves, and to love each other. And remember that life comes from us and life is for us. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.